Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this episode of the series where I cast your games. Today, we are casting nothing like the original or typical League of Legends player. This guy we casted today, he's an absolute unit. You should see him in real life because, I'm just gonna be honest with you. He's around 5-6 feet wide, bench pressing 400 kilos, but that's nothing to do with his ability to play League of Legends, right? I'm just saying this guy, wow, what a unit. He's a mid lane main, secondary role ADC and nilah main player, but not on his main today. The guy we are casting today, master tier around 600 games. I'm talking about I'm so shred on the Ezreal today in the bot lane here for blue team. I'm dead serious when I say that he's probably looking to give us a masterclass today to celebrate the fact that we have crossed the 20 video line in this series, to celebrate that we're casting his game and just to show off, because this guy is good, and even though he's a mid lane, I'm sure that he will bring the action to the bot lane and give us an absolute carry performance on this Ezreal. And yes, he's playing Ezreal, not usually a hyper hard carry champion early game. Maybe we will not see him get 15 kills in the first 10 minutes because he is on an Ezreal. He wants to get a couple of items, right? But after that, I'm sure we will see something special. Here as he and his support Nami is taking a bit of a bad trade. Usually happens when the enemy team gets the level 1 or the level 2 push in the bot lane, but it's okay. It's okay, still has his pots and he's scaling on this Ezreal. But yeah, talking about the bot lane, it is an Ezreal Nami going up against a Jinx Lulu. Both bot laners not looking to get into too much trouble in the early game. Both want to get a couple of items. Ezreal want to get 1-2 items, and then he's probably at his strongest point in the game in terms of tempo, right? And Jinx, you want to get as late as possible, get those 4-5 items in, so you just become a 1v9 machine. So I'm not expecting too much action in the bot lane unless our protagonist, I'm So Shred, delivers us some action, because it should be pretty passive. A lane where we should probably see some action is this mid lane, and that's because you have Illusion here, right? You are playing an AD mid laner, so you want to harass your enemy mid laner all the time, every possible moment you have. See what happens here. I think Noxton was taunted, flashes on top of the enemy ADC, or I think it was Evelyn, takes down Evelyn for the first block. Blue team here, it's a being a trade 1-for-1 so far. There's 4 members of red team. Will Lucian also go down? It will end up being a 2-for-2. What about Jinx? Will she escape? She will not mess up. Flashes forward, and it ends up being a 3-for-2 for blue team here. Nami is trying to get some last second damage off onto the Lulu bot. Blue team, they actually win out on this trade, even though the red team middle lane Illusion rotated way before Malzahar down there. So yeah, a good fight for blue team. Not quite sure how they won it. I think maybe Evelyn walked into a bad fear from Nocturne and was just bursted before she could get away. Let's see, she's proccing maybe from her charm onto Nocturne. And yeah, two junglers also in Nocturne and Evelyn want to play a bit passive early game. Actually, you could say that I'm pretty surprised that they go for a play like this, like that we just saw in the bot lane, both junglers, because again you have a Nocturne and an Evelyn, both want to scale onto level 6 because their ultimate is just huge game changers. Nocturne with his his paranoia, his ultimate, and Evelyn, whenever she gets to level 6 and she gets that last caress, her ultimate available to her, she also gets a passive which allows her to walk around the rift invisible, obviously. So both junglers should look to full clear a couple times to get that level 6. What about top lane here? Not a win con for blue team, the top lane, but Always good to have a tank in the game. Tahm Kench barely surviving the all-in from Jace. Jace uses Ignite, so if he doesn't die here, whew, Tahm Kench, if you look at your top left, it's not much HP he has left. What about Jason? No mana, no HP. It is a Nocturne up here. It's knocked back, and Nocturne doesn't have the flash available to him. I actually think that Jason will survive here. Uses his flash, but manages to escape. Not the best play from Nocturne. Could have saved the spell shield for when Jace were charging that knockback in his hammer form, but still a good situation for blue team, because Tahm Kench has the TP available to him. I think he should TP to lane right now. Looks like he will just walk, but I think the wave should be slow pushing towards Jace, so Tahm Kench should miss out on some experience here. But while that was happening, Evelynn taking down Drake, and ooh, I'm so shred completely blows up this this Lulu. That's an easy second kill for the blue team ADC here. 100% kill participation in 7 minutes as an ADC, 2 kills, 2 assists, and already on a shutdown. So I'm so shred starting to look like he's actually going to shred someone this game. Nami lands the bubble onto Jinx in the mid lane. Lucian dashes forward into a Malzahar with the Nether Grass available to him. Just underestimated the damage that Malzahar has, I guess. But with enough mana to throw up a full combo, Malzahar just takes down Lucian. And I mean, Lucian isn't really that strong of a mid lane pick. Anymore, it's kind of a cheese pick. I can see it work into a Malzahar, but now you're gonna be behind. Playing against Malzahar with 2 kills, it's gonna be tough to play Lucian, because Malzahar will eventually outscale, will just do more damage, unless you get into some really good mid to late game fights as Lucian, where you find a flank onto a carry and can use the fact that you'll probably have more experience from playing in a solo lane to kill the enemy ADC or maybe Nami. But we'll have to see. So far, good play from the Malzahar. What about top lane here? Tahm Kench looking for a little trade, misses the tongue slash. So, what happens here? Oh, exhausted Lucian here with a roam. I'm straight a signal with the Super Mega Death Rocket. However, Nami manages to escape. Both summoner burns from the red team mid laner, but they do manage to take down our protagonist Amsterdam on the Ezreal. And they will also get a play, so good roam from the Lucian here. They taking the True Shot Barrage, will do some damage to the red team bot lane, but they should just recall now and be out of trouble. Meanwhile, oh, here is Nocturne with the Paranoia. Thresh doesn't, or not Thresh, Jace doesn't have the flash available to him. They do not get the kill. What about Tahm Kench? Will he dive in? It doesn't look like it. Once again, Jace survives with a slimmer of the team. Tidal Wave popped onto the enemy team ADC, but Amsterdam wasn't quite there yet. Now he ends up going down, has 2 Arcane Shift out of the situation right there, and Evelynn can't threaten a dive. It is a lone ADC against 3 members. Will be charmed and will also go down. That's another kill for Jinx right here. So it's now a 4-1 Jinx. And just as we start talking about our protagonist really doing a good early game job. A couple of situations here. Bot lane, they have thrown their lead. Let's see what Evelynn is looking to do. Caught out between a Nami and a Nocturne. Is hit by the bubble. Nocturne flashes forward, but the last caress is used to escape the situation right now. What about the True Shot Rush? Is not up for Shred, so Evelynn will manage to escape. Was in a bit of a pickle right there. What about now? Doesn't have the last caress available to escape this time. Oh, flashed away from the bubble. But now Lulu is caught out. Does have the flash available to her. Flashes away. So does Shred. Flashes forward, but now doesn't have the arcane shift available to him. Goes down once again. That's now 4th death for our Ezreal, the guy we're rooting for. And yeah, just getting a bit excited, we could say, no pun intended, But yeah, flashing forward, maybe a bit tilted after the first couple of deaths, or the couple of deaths that he has gotten in the last couple of minutes, I should rather say. But okay, it is still blue team with a goal lead. Mid lane doing really well, top lane also doing quite decent. I mean, as long as this Tahm Kench doesn't die, he will eventually scale really good when we reach the later stages of the game and you have to team fight over these objectives like Baron and Dragon. It's always good to have a frontline. Jace will never be that, but he can look for shockwaves obviously onto the backline. Let's see here if Tahm Kench can run down this Jace. He's looking for it, can hit the tongue slash. He will. One more basic attack and then uses the Devour. Here is Malta also. Will he use the Nether Grasp once again? Jace flashes away. And the Nether Grasp is used. Jace will go down. Pretty good play from Tahm Kench here, just utilizing the little vision pocket that he had in the first push in his lane. Waiting for Jace to push up into turret. And that's a good kill. Paranoia is used once again onto Lulu, who doesn't have flash available to use her in the events that happened before in the bot lane. What about Evelyn? Will she be used to use the last res out? Yes, she will. Woo. Takes down Nocturne, but at the same time, or right afterwards, our protagonist Amtorswit lands the true shot barrage from downtown onto Evelyn. That's a 2-for-1 in the bot lane. Really good job by our protagonist. Getting another kill. That's now 4 kills. And even though he has 4 deaths, I mean, still a lot of gold on the Ezreal. 88 CS, also doing a decent amount of farming here. And they can threaten the dive. Will not do because Lulu is back here. Will they get the plate? Ooh. Almost threaten the dive. Forces the wild growth out from Lulu. Close but no cigar for the blue team bot lane here. And yeah, this mid lane Lucian just looking kind of outclassed so far. Doesn't have any mana to his name right now. Playing against a 3-0 Malsa, it will be rough. What about Jace here? We have to remember Jace doesn't have the splash available to him. Can use Devour. Oh, Tahm Kench also doesn't have the Devour. So Nami probably did here. Use the flash. Oh, Evelyn not able to use the last crest. Still on cooldown. A lot of fighting here, even though a lot of the members fighting doesn't have their important cooldowns up. But okay, Evelyn is still lurking. We have to remember she is invisible right now. Israel cannot see a thing. Does have the Arcane Shift available to him. Will Arcane Shift away? Ooh! Will not go down. Almost. Almost a return kill for Israel here. But Evelyn does manage to take down the Ezreal. Taunts Nocturne here. Will Lulu escape? Pops the shield onto herself. Will go down. So 1-1 blue team. A great little counter gank here for Nocturne. Gets his first kill of the game. Hasn't been quite so lucky with his paranoia to get the kills that you want if you're playing Nocturne. But okay, gets his first kill of the game. Can't bounce back and I'll get a couple more kills. And yeah, it's just looking pretty decent for blue team. Still a 2k gold lead. They are dragging down. That is probably the next objective we should be looking for here. Lucian flashes forward into Malta. Will he actually take him down? Paranoia used not onto the mid lane, but onto Jinx here. Oh, I should say Evelyn into a 1v2, and yeah, just go down. It goes down. Should probably have helped his mid lane instead. Malta luckily managed to escape. What about Tahm Kench with the tongue slash? That is against a full HP Jace. Jace could look for the all in here instead. Knocks Tahm Kench away. Playing a bit too scared when you think about the fact that it was a full HP Jace and a 10% HP Tahm Kench. Well, missed skill shots here. Oh, Jinx blasts the tidal wave. Arcane Shift into the push to take down Lulu. What about Jinx now? It's a 1-for-1 so far. Will she take down Nami? I think she will, and that will be 2 kills for the red teammate to see. Ezreal does get a return kill. They do manage to take down the Lulu. What about Tahm Kench here? Flashes forward actually to use the Devour onto Jace and dies in the animation. Maybe too late. I'm not quite sure. I just think that that's just minion damage. Who knows? So a couple of misplays the last minutes from blue team. First the paranoia into a 1 vs 2 going down. Then bot lane taking the fight that they certainly did not win, and then top lane forcing a fight, flashing in to use the paranoia and just dying. And that throws blue team's tempo completely out the gates. Goal lead back to 0. And it's now a Jinx with 7 kills, 2 items, only 15 minutes into the game. I mean, that's gonna be a rough one. Oh, Lulu hit with the bubble. Doesn't have the wild growth, so will just go down to I'm so shred. Could have used the flash, would probably have gone down either way. A great little pick from the Nami, landed the Aqua Prison over the wall. But okay, yeah, we have Jinx with 7 kills. We also have our protagonist I'm so shred with 6 kills. Still farming decent compared to the Jinx. Both on 121 CS or around that stage. So, not that bad. It's still winnable. Oh, Arcane Shift on top of the Jinx will just take it down with the exhaust. And that's a 700 gold bounty to our protagonist I'm so shred. That should probably turn around the game. Meanwhile, Tahm Kench goes down the mid lane. They try to force a dive on Lucian. Malzahar will probably also go down, or will he? And maybe not. Lucian goes down, so does Evelynn. And here is Jace. And that's 2 very low HP carries. Malzahar gone down. What about Nocturne here? Ooh, Jace flashes forward. Malzahar also goes down. Nami is alone now, slowed by Nami, or not by Lulu, I should rather say. Use the Whimsy onto Jace. Ooh, hammer on top of Nami and takes her down. So that's 4 kills for red team here on a dive that blue team tried to force. The only one not going down, our protagonist. I'm so straight out the bot lane, in the bot lane, just keeping his cool. But Jace is looking for this Ezreal. Just force a dive. Oh, flashes away from the hammer, and I mean that's just a good play. Earns himself another bounty, Ezreal. So I mean, whenever he goes back the next time, we should see maybe a whole item being bought, 1.5 item maybe. He does have a lot of gold available to his name right now. Tahm Kench starting to dive with the Devour, a bit away from his team, but here's Ezreal. Arcane Shift over the wall, takes down Jinx once again. Ezreal doing a good job with Tahm Kench, also doing a really good job with this dive. Should also take down Lulu here. Ezreal lands his Qs, and that's now 10 kills for Ezreal. At 600 gold bounty, and dude, this guy's rich. If he doesn't have 3 items, he's not gonna recall now, and that should be 3 complete items for it. We'll have to see, but with my calculations, oof, he almost gets 3 items. So, I mean, a really good back from Ezreal. And just as I said a couple minutes ago that Jinx were looking to pop off with 2 items only 15 minutes into the game, well, we now have Ezreal with almost 3 items 18.5 minutes into the game. Blue team ADC looking very strong right now, as both teams look to get some vision in the bot side jungle. Maybe prepare for Drake. Paranoia used. Evelynn will take down Nami with the last caress. That's another misuse of Paranoia. Ooh, walking right into the bush here. Nether Grasp also used onto Jinx, will not take it down. They may miss their front line here. Oh, Lucian is taken down. Here is Jace. They take down Nocturne. They also do take down Ezreal. Blue team just needing their front line in this fight. I think it was 5 versus 4 in the end for red team. So they do end up winning out on this trade. Getting 3 kills, only losing 2 members, and also getting the 600 gold shutdown onto the blue team AD carry. And yeah, this Tahm Kench not really able to do much on his own, so should probably group with the team to take down these objectives. We have to remember the Drake wasn't up in this fight, so it's still not that bad of a law for blue team. They can still attempt to put down some vision now, prepare for the dragon, and then just front to back team fight whenever red team wanna try and contest, because you do have a better team fight composition, just because of the pure fact that you do have a front line. You have someone who can stand forward. Red team, they have to look for these flanks with Lucian and Evelynn trying to find someone from a different angle. Let's see. Oh, Tahm Kench gets a double knockup onto Lulu, and I think it was Lucian. Doesn't take down Lulu, but here is Nocturne with the Paranoia, takes down Lulu. It's a 1-for-1 so far. Evelynn managed to find the blue team support, but it's 3 kills now for blue team. Only Jace and Evelynn alive. Lascaris has not been used yet. Can look to get another assassination of the red team jungler here. But Jace, oh, looks to be caught out. Just trying to push the wave now. Yeah, just caught in the middle of everything. Let's see, Evelyn here takes down Ezreal with the Lascaris, just a full combo. And I mean, that's just an AP assassin, right? Evelyn is so obnoxious to play against, you never know where she is. Manages to take down the Nami at the start of the fight, and then the ADC later with the ultimate. But okay, still overall a good fight for blue team. I think it ends up being a 4-for-2 for blue team. They get 4 kills, they do get the dragon, they get out scot-free almost, only losing an 80 carry and a support. So very hashtag worth trade for blue team here. Should get the recalls off. We have C, the whole of blue team. Just reset. That's now 3 action for our Ezreal. Looking good, but here comes Evelyn again with the taunt. Flashes away though, even though she could probably have used the still have the Lascaris on cooldown, her ultimate. But here is Tamkin once again just really finding these knock-ups with his W. They do take down Evelyn, no escape available to her. Flashes forward, lands the tongue dash onto Jinx. That should be paranoia onto Jinx. She will also go down, so that's now 2 kills for blue team here. What about Jace? That does have a Nocturne on top of him. Tongue dash landed. Devour used onto Nocturne. And another knock-up from Tamkin lands onto Lulu. Will she go down? Doesn't have the wild growth available to her. Here is Malzahar. Use Nailgrass. Nailgrass used to take down Jace. And we see a lot of things coming out on Baron here. But yeah, just holy. This Tamkin's really doing a good job of frontlining. At this point, completely 1 versus 9. Just walk into the whole enemy team. Very strong. But yeah, we also have to remember our Ezreal, our protagonist. Ooh, the Super Mega Death Rocket almost deals away the Baron, but a good smite from the blue team. Jungler secures the Baron. That should be another reset. Maybe Ezreal will go down once again to the Lascaris. Obnoxious to play against because it doesn't matter how much damage you stack. Ezreal, an assassination is just going to be an assassination. Don't quite know how Evelyn didn't manage to stop both recalls there and get 2 more kills for herself, but okay. Red team, they do get on the and objective bounty takes down the tier 1 mid turret. Finally, after 23 minutes of the game, and this is a very action-packed game. They also do manage to sneak away the red buff, and here's some kids once again. Looks to be a little alone here. Paranoia is available, should try and help up some kids. Pop the thick skin, doesn't end up going down. What about, who will go down here too? Malta takes down Evelyn, and that's a great use of the Milgram to take down the enemy team jungle. That's 1-1 so far. Lucian manages to get a return kill and force the flash out of Malta. Taken down with the Super Mega Death Rocket. Jinx from downtown. Nice from Kenji, just go a little too quick on the trigger to engage. And that's a lot of damage from his roof. Almost snipes Jinx with the last Q. Another recall as we see that Jinx is a weep. Does have the under 5 recall animation. I'm just gonna say that's fucking cringe, honestly. But okay. True shot barrage. Used. Maybe landing onto Jace. Seems kind of weird. But okay. Yeah, both teams coming up with a reset here. Next objective should be the dragon. Still not quite spawning yet, so can look to get some vision in the bot side river. Doesn't look like the teams will do. We have to remember this is a Master Tier game, so it's peak League of Legends, but right now we are seeing something like an ARAM. No objective up, just pushing down mid lane. Paranoia used onto Lucian here, forces his flash out. Will maybe go down. Some can use the Devour onto his own jungler instead of the enemy team mid laner. But okay, Ezreal takes down Jason. That's the first kill for blue team. They also do take down Jinx. Can they find any more? They Nocturne flash forward, lands the Dustbringer onto Lulu, and that's 3 kills for blue team here. They can maybe look to end. They do have minions. They do have their Baron empowered minions. You see Evelyn lurking in the background. for an assassination, but protect these minions with your life, blue team, and maybe you can end just 20 seconds, still 20-second death timers. It is 5 against 2 people. Evelyn is still looking for an assassination. Just get the minions if you want to try and defend this game. If you take down the first, second, third, what about the second here? Ooh, Sun just popped from Nami, all the stopwatch, as I say. They do take down Evelyn. That's now 15 kills from protagonist Ezreal here. They will look to take down the second, next, third of the game. Red team members are about to spawn. Is it 5 versus 4 now? They do take down the second, next, third of the game. Tahm Kench will go down. That's now a lot of potential kills here for red team. A lot of very low members for blue team. Ezreal does also go down to make a death rock lands on Tsunami. Can they get any more kills? They have already taken down 3 members. Drake is up, so maybe a rush Drake. Get that third Drake of the game. Get to soul point. That is a probably one of the best ways that red team can look for a comeback this game. Get the soul point right now. But Nocturne lurking. So is Malta here with the Nether Grass. Paranoia was also used onto Lula, and I guess that's a way of connecting back with the team. Evelyn is not here to smite the Drake, so that will be another Drake for blue team. J Special on top of Malta to get that kill as well. There's a TP from blue team. It will probably be Tahm Kench TPing in here. Let's see. Nocturne takes down Jace also, and Jinx. Oh, you are looking very lonely right now. Dear Jinx will also go down too. Nocturne, let's see here. Tahm Kench actually gets a kill. Evelyn is still lurking also. Maybe to try and assassinate Nocturne here is probably what he should be looking for. We have to remember Nocturne do have a spell shield available to him, so there is an outplay potential for Nocturne if he can spell shield the taunt. Will instead take the blast cone away. And here is Evelyn. Last caress to get out, but an arcane shift in. Can he take down Evelyn? No, he can't, because Lula is there with the wild growth. Sweeping some vision away, taking down another turret. Yeah, now looking to maybe push for the bot in here, blue team. It looks like only with 3 members though, so I don't think they will take down the inhibitor turret right here. Meanwhile, Nocturne just counter jungling, taking away the camp from Evelyn. Evelyn is starting to lose some of that assassination power that you have as an Evelyn. Only 1 stack on the Dark Seal. No more camps to take. Level 14. I mean, it's starting to look rough for Evelyn to assassinate the likes of maybe a Nocturne or maybe the level 16 Malthak. Can still look for an army, obviously also Ezreal, but yeah, I mean it's at this point it's a tough Evelyn game also, because blue team, if they play this right, they just group, because they are way better 5v5 as long as they don't get flanked. And I mean, Lucian doesn't look like someone who wants to win this game. Evelyn having a hard time. The Paranoia used here, though, on top of the enemy teammate carry, is sniped with the true shot barrage. Very good use of that ability from our protagonist. I'm so shredded. It's only 1 kill so far, but we have to remember there is no Nexus turret up. Lucian will also go down here. Is taunted by Nocturne, will go down, and once again a great stopwatch used to deny Evelyn of another kill. That is now a 5 versus 2. Red team, they do surrender the game, and I mean really good closing out from blue team. Yeah, wow, what a game. Our protagonist ending the game with 17 kills. So I just want to say, I'm so shred. Thank you so much for letting me catch your game, and if you're watching this, want me to catch your game, feel free to comment down below, and until next time, see ya.